My name is Kenny Durochilu. We're taking you through the major headlines out of the newspapers this morning. I have the Punch newspaper, the Nation newspaper, the Premium Times, and the Daily Post. We'll start off with the front page of the Punch newspaper. Alright, major story: Ondo governorship poll, military policeman boundaries, IG orders lockdown. Multi-choice write-off $21 million deposited in defunct Heritage Bank. Wike suspends FCDA secretary indefinitely. Pebble freezes bank accounts. Orders CP to end coal clashes. IOM releases $668,000 for flood relief in Nigeria. Alleged 110 billion naira fraud. Court arraigns Yahya Bello November 27. 4 Kogi Varsity lecturers dismissed for sexual misconduct, I beg your pardon. Lagbaja military pays last respect. Burial holds today. Federal government approves $2.2 billion external borrowing. Tinubu may present 47 trillion naira 2025 budget to National Assembly today. And lastly, UBA to raise 239 billion naira via rights issue.
All right, to the cable this morning, a couple of headlines. Ondo Guba, 3 governorship candidates withdraw from race, back Aiyedatiwa. 6 billion naira, that's $6 billion Mambila saga. Judge reprimands Agunloye's lawyer over delayed tactics. AFCON qualifiers, Osimhen rescues point for Eagles against Benin Republic. 35 made in Nigeria products ready for commercialization, says Naseni CEO. FEC approves $2.2 billion borrowing plan to support economic reforms. Tinubu appoints Atiku former aide Daniel Bewala as media advisor. SEC proposes bill to fine Ponzi scheme operators 20 million naira. Nigeria qualify for 2025 AFCON before Benin Republic game. All right, more headlines here also says Abdullahi Sule, Northern governors not opposed to tax reforms, just VAT distribution. Lagbaja remains arrive Abuja ahead of Beria. All right, we'll take some couple more. ECOWAS court dismisses Serap's 50 million naira compensation suit for Abuja Kaduna train attack victims. And more here, still on the cable from the business angle. CBN concerned over section in sex proposed bill seeking cash purchases of security. All right, we'll take one more. Power restored to transmission line in northern Nigeria, says TCN.
All right, headlines out of the Premium Times now. This one says CBN board didn't recommend Naira redesign to Buhari. Witness tells court in Emefiele trial. Nigerian government admits Lakurawa not new, vows to crush it. FEC proposes 47.9 trillion naira as Nigeria's 2025 budget. Human rights complaints surged by 27% amid economic hardship. NHRC. Other stories: EU launches scheme on out-of-school children in northern Nigerian states. Ondo 2024, INEC ends distribution of materials to local governments as PDP cries out over violence. CBN board already took that one. Governor Eno sacks MD of power company. Nigerian government admits Lakurawa not new. Some major headlines. We'll take other ones. Tinubu appoints DGs for 3 agencies. Daniel Bwala as spokesperson. Yaba Tech to honor Tinubu. Abbas Sonwolu to deliver convocation lecture. And lastly, why there's power outage in Akwa Ibom Power Company.
All right, taking a look at the Vanguard 2025 budget, federal government to borrow 13.8 trillion naira. Wike's aid to Atiku, you aren't destined to be president. And we also have this one: crude NNPCL achieves 1.8 million barrel per day production, targets 2 million barrel per day. And all the latest news, roadside petrol hawkers and how they cheat unsuspecting Nigerians. Number rises to 1,730 naira per dollar in parallel market. Quarter Watts lecturer 14 million naira compensation over wrongful dismissal. And EKEDC insists meter upgrade is free as FCCPA blows hot on meter malpractice. And more here says Arewa groups flay calls for sacking INEC chair Yakubu. And more here says Ondo Guba PDP APC disagree on peace accord violation rigging plots. Federal government votes 250 billion naira to housing mortgage financing. And we also have this one, Makurdi commercial bus driver shot dead by unknown assailant. All right, we'll take two more. Ondo decides Ondo Guba Ebiseni remains Labour Party candidate, says party. And Ondo Guba again later, Keridolu's family endorses SDP candidate Akinbuye.
All right, from the Daily Post now, headlines here. Tinubu appoints Daniel Bwala, special advisor. FEC approves 47.8 trillion naira, Nigeria's budget for 2025. Ghost workers, we don't know number of civil servants, Zamfara government. Diabetes, we're waiting for death. Over 6 million Nigerians battle for life as cost of healthcare skyrockets. Ondo election, 3 candidates step down for Governor Aiyedatiwa. Other stories out of the Daily Post. Benue government IOM to strengthen support for IDPs. UNICEF students express fears over possible collapse of hostels. Elsewhere, Ogun, abandoned 250-bed hospital will start operations March 2025. Governor Abiodun. Police announce readiness for Ondo governorship election. Federal government increases inputs to farmers to discourage use of excessive chemicals. Lakurawa terror group will be neutralized soon. Counter-terrorism boss, Laka. Ondo Guba, don't relax yet. Aiyedatiwa tells supporters 48 hours to election. Ondo poll, don't yield to intimidation. PDP chairman Damagum tells supporters. I'll take a couple more. Guba. Ondo is not rivers. Group tells Wike. And lastly, Ondo Guba, PDP accuses APC of plotting to unleash violence during election.
All right, still going back to Vanguard, we also have a couple more headlines there. Rivers drama as PDP lawyers clash over case against pro-Wike lawmakers. EFCC admits Yahaya Bello's co-defendants to bail, seeks adjournment to November 27. Tinubu should focus on governance, not 2027 permutations, coming from ex-Vice President Atiku Abubakar. ACC new political party emerged, vows to unseat Tinubu, rescue Nigeria. And in Edo, Okpebolo freezes government account, reverses ministry's name. We'll take one more. Investment and securities don't create friction between us and SEC, CBN tells Senate.
All right, we're going on a commercial break. When we come back, it'll be time to get into the analysis of the headlines just this morning. Do stay with us.
Stay tuned to 32 FM 94.9.
Hello, abeg no vex. Dis Milo packets look different too. I see say dem write support energy release for dis packet. Abeg, na the same Milo?
No, dis na the new improved Milo. The support energy release mean say when you give your pikin dem Milo as part of their breakfast, you dey give dem enough energy wey dem need to go school.
Ah, I like dis one o.
Your pikin dem need nourishing energy. Make you give dem the new improved Milo for breakfast. E get correct nutrients wey dey support energy release to help dem use their day well. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo. Air control to flight WT478. You are approaching restricted airspace. You are not cleared to land. I repeat, air control to flight WT478. This is restricted airspace. You are not cleared to land.
Air control. This is not a captain. This flight has been hijacked by the madmen. We have a bomb on board, and these are our demands.
Watch Hijack 93, now playing on Netflix with plans starting from 2,200 naira only.
In the cooking game, you need a winning game plan. I'm not just talking about your fresh ingredients, utensils, or cooking skills. I'm talking about your choice of seasoning. Your game plan is incomplete without Maggi chicken flavor. Made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric, it's the game changer. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer.
jọ̀ọ́ mo nílò epo ẹ̀rọ ọ̀kadà mi ti tún fẹ́ iṣẹ́ àtúnṣe lẹ́yìn ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì.
èèyàn mi níṣẹ́ ni o nílò True 4 Oil. bẹ́ẹ̀ni o ò lè fàkókò ṣòfò lórí kẹ̀kẹ́ tàbí ọ̀kadà rẹ pàápàá fún ọjọ́ kan. nítorí náà ni mo ṣe dúró lórí True 4 Oil tuntun. True 4 Oil ò gbowó ńlá lórí, ó ń dáàbò bo ẹ̀rọ, ó sì ń rọ ẹ̀rọ ní agbára láti ṣiṣẹ́ fún ọ̀sẹ̀ mẹ́fà ṣáájú ìyípadà epo ìmíràn. dán True 4 Oil wò lónìí. True 4 Oil ń bẹ ní gbogbo ibùdó iléepo ti Bovas ní jákèjádò orílẹ̀-èdè. True 4 Oil ó ń bẹ fún ọ ní gbogbo ìgbà. True 4 Oil láti iléeṣẹ́ TVS.
Want more from your smartphone? Get ready for wow with the Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus. With the sleek 6.8mm slim edge design and robust Titan wing architecture, the Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus is built to be tough and feel great. Unleash the power of Google on Android. Search what you see with Google Lens. Get AI assistance in an instant with Google Gemini. Plus, crank up your sound with JBL powered speakers. Music never sounded better. So, what are you waiting for? Go get your Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus now at all authorized Infinix retail outlets. Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus. Ultra slim, ultra durable.
ìfẹ́ tí kò lábàwọ́n ni ìfẹ́ ìyá jẹ́. bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí ohun tó dùn tó bíi Indomie alájẹpọnu lákànlọ́. nítorí náà fi ìfẹ́ hàn pẹ̀lú Indomie.
My children are athletes. From the moment they wake up, they keep playing and learning. So, when I pack the new Milo NS snacks into their lunchbox, I'm giving them a delicious snack with the goodness of malt, milk, cocoa, and crunchy Niger-grown maize containing calcium, iron, and fiber.
Milo NS Snacks, snack of future champions to help your kids refuel and keep winning all day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! Let me ask you a question. What holds you back when you wake up each morning? Is it the uncertainty of how the day will unfold? And as the day goes on, what makes your heart race? Is it the quiet fear that maybe you're not doing enough? And when it's evening, is it the longing for just a little more time? Whatever it is, remember, challenges don't define you, but how you rise to meet them. Staying connected to your dreams, that's how you break free from limits. Get unlimited data plus up to 6-hour battery backup to keep you connected without interruptions on Airtel 4G 5G Smart Connect. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to find out more. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
I'm in love. Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Easy to open, easy to squeeze, easy to scoop and easy to stir.
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
In the cooking game, you need a winning game plan. I'm not just talking about your fresh ingredients, utensils, or cooking skills. I'm talking about your choice of seasoning. Your game plan is incomplete without Maggi chicken flavor. Made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric, it's the game changer. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer.
32 FM
94.9.
All right, you're welcome back. You're still on to Break It Down Papers Review here on 32 FM 94.9. And of course, it's about time to delve into the analysis proper. My name is GBOLABO, famous call.
My name is Kenny Durotilu, and we have Professor Oluwajedokun joining us this morning. Good morning, Prof.
Well, top of the day to you. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, good morning, Prof. I guess we can start with this issue coming from Anya Oko. Nigeria needs a new constitution to tackle current challenges. Emeka Anya Oko, former Secretary General of the Commonwealth, says that the 1999 constitution is one that we still need to touch because it doesn't carry along all the histories, cultures, and the diversity of the country itself, and it doesn't take into cognizance the fact that we have all of these differences scattered around. That Nigeria as a country needs to come together and address the issue of lacunas in the constitutional provisions of the country. Prof, you are that aspect, talking about being a lawyer, what do you have to say to this?
Well, I think the first point to note is that Anyako is very experienced, a diplomat of international repute, former Secretary General of the Commonwealth, a former Foreign Affairs Minister, and he served abroad for a number of years. Of course, in recent years, he's become a statesman and was part of a eminent persons group, which included F.R.A. Williams. So he is eminently qualified to speak on these issues. What is very clear is that we have a constitution that is very schizophrenic. It masquerades as a federal constitution, but in reality it's a unitary constitution. And when you have a nation with a population of Nigeria, over 200 million, over 500 tribes or ethnic groups, then we have a problem when most of the power is centered in Abuja rather than in the various states. The back-to-back governance should really occur within the states and the local governments. And it's the constitution that allows that to happen. And if that is not happening, that then means there are large swathes of Nigeria that are not being covered in terms of governance. A lot of areas neglected. And if you have a lot of areas neglected, then the full potential of the country can never be realized. So in that respect, I support what he says, but it is not just a constitutional problem. There are other issues. There are issues of institutions, there are issues of corruption, and issues of the integrity of those that serve. So yes, the constitution is an issue, but it's not the only issue.
All right, Prof, let's talk about Ondo now. The Ondo State governorship election. Ahead of that tomorrow, 3 candidates have from smaller parties have dropped out to support Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa of the All Progressives Congress. What do you make of that and INEC's preparedness towards the election and the outcome that these endorsements, if you like, might have on the outcome tomorrow?
I think the main story really is the Court of Appeal decision against Shola Ebisheni of the Labour Party. Of course, if he doesn't contest, if he's out of the race, then that's a strong candidate, which gives a better chance to the incumbent. We have to remember that Lucky Aiyedatiwa is taking over took over the term of Akeredolu. It's the incumbent. Usually in this kind of election, the incumbent has a greater chance, from that point of view. Now, 3 people dropping out sort of reinforces the fact that he's the favorite. But, elections are very funny. You cannot really predict totally. He has a great chance. He has a great opportunity. But is he really going to be able to succeed? Are people satisfied with this administration or the previous administration from which he took over? So I think it's going to be one to watch, to see whether the PDP has finally got their act together, or whether the APC continues to be on their ascendancy, and whether we're heading towards significantly a one-party state.
All right, Prof. SEC proposes bill to fine Ponzi scheme operators 20 million naira. And the Securities and Exchange Commission says investment in securities bill 2024 is proposing penalty of not less than 20 million naira or 10 years imprisonment, or both for Ponzi scheme operators. And if we cast our minds back to the MMM days, where a number of Nigerians were fleeced by individuals that appears to be bringing some kind of succor in terms of financial succor for many businesses and individuals. Now, he's saying that to avoid this from happening over and over again, from having these instances, that this particular bill should be in action where you have penalties. Will this serve the purpose? Will this bill serve that purpose itself?
Well, we hope it will. That's deterrence. You want to deter, and you want to send an unmistakable message to those who are involved in all this kind of financial hierarchy or shenanigans. So I think it will work. But obviously, people too have to be educated. I know we have poverty in the land. I know that we are seeking opportunities to increase our wealth, but people have to be educated. That you go only for the regulated, not the unlicensed. In other words, before you put your money in any scheme, you have to be sure of the track record. You have to do your research, and you have to use sense, as some Nigerians will say. So I think, yes, the law in place is okay. Will it be enforced is another issue, because those laws also need to be enforced from that point of view. So yes, it will be a good law. It can be enforced, and of course, if it's backed up, as is suggested, with adequate sanctions for those that violate. People's lives have been wrecked and ruined before, and we don't want that to continue.
All right, Prof, reports from the papers this morning has it that the nation's daily crude production has increased by an additional 1 million barrels per day. The output is now 1.8 million barrels per day, according to the NMPCL. What do you make of this implications and effects of this going forward?
Well, yeah. Well, I think this is significant. And, many people have been saying T-pain. You understand? Let's balance it out. I mean, it's a long time we've had more than we used to have 1.3. In fact, at a point in time, it dropped below 1 million barrels. So I think kudos to this government. The other thing now is that, yes, good news. It means more revenue for the country. But are we going to experience it on our table? Are we going to experience it in our homes? Are we going to experience it at work? Are we going to experience it in the Nigerian side? So it's good news. There's no doubt about that. It means that the government has more room for maneuver. Not more room for luxury, not more room for perks of office, but more room to develop education, health, infrastructure, and of course to help the down and outs, those on the margins of society. So good news in that respect.
All right, Prof. Still talking about this Mambila project itself, the power project itself, reports that the case is in court definitely, and we have Agunleye's lawyer being cautioned by the court itself. Trying to look for the headlines, but it's saying that you cannot further delay this case coming from the court itself. But then if you look at the Mambila hydroelectric power project itself, it's a big case itself and it's a big power project. What do you think we're going to with our power failure in Nigeria? It's been a major issue. We've had instances of grid collapses, not more than once. Now, you also have these cases being prosecuted for so long. How do we get power right in Nigeria?
No, I think we get power right by ensuring that we don't have one national grid. There are very few countries in the world, Nigeria being one of them, that have one national grid. So if you sabotage that national grid, what happens? The whole of Nigeria is sabotaged. So of course, they've tried to decentralize the TCN, but I know the constitutional provisions have been taken into account to allow states and indeed other parties, to get themselves involved in electricity generation and, of course, ultimately transition. You see, the Mambila project is a large project. It's a project that has been going on since ever I was an adult. And, of course, if there's corruption associated with it, we need to sort it out quickly. Whilst it's in court, there are many things that are affecting its speedy execution. In fact, I even believe there's some arbitration involved there. And it's quite unfortunate that a straightforward project is mired in so much corruption. What Nigerians want at the end of the day is we want power and we want it now. And we want it affordable. And of course, Mambila project, if it's completed, will contribute towards that. The more power that we have, the more industries we can get on board, the more development we'll get. And then our manufacturing industry can be sustained. As it is now, our manufacturing industry is decimated. In fact, I was speaking to an official of the MAN yesterday, Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. And under this government, it seems as if a lot of industries are going out of business. So no delays in the prosecution, but more importantly, let's focus in a way of getting more electricity generated and transmitted.
All right, problem. Let me just add this: $6 billion appears to be big now, and this case is dragged as far as 2003, and we are in 2024. Will the value of the money still be significant when this case is eventually decided? Because there are instances of delay tactics, like the court has said, on the part of Agunleye's lawyer, coming back and forth to say his client is sick and is not healthy enough to appear in court itself. Wouldn't we have this money whittled down at the end of the day? The way Nigeria economy is going, $6 billion appears to be still big, but in the next 5 years, would we still say this money is significant itself?
Yes, it will continue to be significant. I'll tell you why. If it was in Naira, then I'll be concerned because the Naira continues to depreciate. But the dollar, it relatively keeps its value. So yes, it will still continue to hold. But any contract that is negotiated in Naira, I feel sorry for that person because the Naira goes up and down like a yo-yo, from that point of view. So, but despite that, it just needs to be sorted out quickly. You can't have it hanging over for so long. It has been there so long. So I support the general premise that this needs to be resolved very quickly so that people can get on with their lives and so that the investment that is needed can come into the economy and we can get on speedily.
All right, Prof, what do you make of the proposed ban on imported materials that are locally available? The proposed ban on that. We hear the Raw Materials Research and Development Council, in collaboration with lawmakers, advancing a bill to ban the import of locally available materials. What do you make of that? Just your take on that.
Oh no, need to protect the local economy. If we are going to have an industrialized nation, they must ensure that our own bred, local grown, local created products are protected. When you are importing from outside, and especially when it's cheaper from outside, of course it can drive our own products into the ground. So I think, yes, if it's well targeted, if it's well thought out, it should work for us. It should be encouraged, and we should do it. So I would commend that, and I would support that.
All right, Prof. Another borrowing here. FEC approves $2.2 billion borrowing plan to support economic reforms. And that's what we've been doing from time immemorial, jetting out to get funds to finance our deficit in terms of budgetary allocation and preparation of fiscal policy itself. Now, Adeosun was a former minister before being, for some controversial issues, came up with NYSC and the rest. But then, is that something that finance ministers can pick from our templates? Because as at the time she was Minister of Finance, she discouraged the idea of always jetting out to get loans, to get funding of deficit, what above what we generate as revenue. What do you have to see to $2.2 billion again to be borrowed?
Well, we need to stop all this loan and mortgaging the future of, in my case, my grandchildren, and in a lot of people's case, their children. You have to live according to your coat. You have to cut rather according the size according to your coat. And the problem we have is that our public expenditure, our recurrent expenditure rather, it continues to balloon. We are not cutting it down. We continue to live. Our public officials continue to live as if there's a lot of money coming in. I think if we can pare down the cost of government, can cut down the cost of the legislature, the cost of the executive, and to a lesser extent the cost of the judiciary, we might, you understand, be able to stop borrowing more. We borrow more because we are living beyond our means, and we have to get to a point when we borrow too much, to the extent that the economy cannot take it anymore. We're spending too much servicing loans. Yes, people say loans are a good thing when it's for productive aspects of the economy, but most of the loans we get are mismanaged, and people embezzle them in some fashion or in some way, and therefore we don't get value for money from the loans. Neither do we get the investment that we should get. So I think there should be a moratorium on loans for now. For the next 3 or 4 years, no more loans. Let's concentrate on what we have, and let's go with what we have.
All right, it's time to take another commercial break. When we come back, it'll be time to take your thoughts on the stories this morning. Do stay with us.
Happiness is a choice that we want you to make always. Choose to be happy. Choose 32 FM 94.9 Ibadan.
I'm in love, Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop? And is it to stop?
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
My children are athletes. From the moment they wake up, they keep playing and learning. So, when I pack the new Milo NS snacks into their lunchbox, I'm giving them a delicious snack with the goodness of malt, milk, cocoa, and crunchy Niger-grown maize containing calcium, iron, and fiber.
Milo NS Snacks, snack of future champions to help your kids refuel and keep winning all day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! Let me ask you a question. What holds you back when you wake up each morning? Is it the uncertainty of how the day will unfold? And as the day goes on, what makes your heart race? Is it the quiet fear that maybe you're not doing enough? And when it's evening, is it the longing for just a little more time? Whatever it is, remember, challenges don't define you, but how you rise to meet them. Staying connected to your dreams, that's how you break free from limits. Get unlimited data plus up to 6-hour battery backup to keep you connected without interruptions on Airtel 4G 5G Smart Connect. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to find out more. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
In the kitchen game, there are players and then GBOLABO's MVP, Player of the Year 10-0, no rival. Become an GBOLA with the new improved Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer, made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric to bring out your top game in the kitchen. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go!
New Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer.
Ha! Jọ̀ọ́, mo nílò epo ẹ̀rọ. Ọ̀kadà mi ti tún fẹ́ iṣẹ́ àtúnṣe lẹ́yìn ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì.
Èèyàn mi, níṣe ni o nílò True 4 Oil. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o lè fàkókò ṣòfò lórí kẹ̀kẹ́ tàbí ọ̀kadà rẹ pàápàá fún ọjọ́ kan. Nítorí náà ni mo ṣe dúró lórí True 4 Oil tuntun. True 4 Oil ò gbówó ńlá lórí. Ó ń dáàbò bo ẹ̀rọ, ó sì ń rọ ẹ̀rọ ní agbára láti ṣiṣẹ́ fún ọ̀sẹ̀ mẹ́fà. Ṣáájú ìyípadà epo ìmíràn, dán True 4 Oil wò lónìí. True 4 Oil ń bẹ ní gbogbo ibùdó iléepo ti Bovas ní jákèjádò orílẹ̀-èdè. True 4 Oil ó ń bẹ fún ọ ní gbogbo ìgbà. True 4 Oil láti ilé-iṣẹ́ TVS.
Dear landed property owner, what if I told you that you could reach out to a radio station to sell your choice of landed properties without paying for adverts? Huh? You must think it's impossible, right? And not just any radio station, a radio station with millions of listeners, so your property can be sold as quickly as possible. Stop doubting, Thomas. What's your name again? 32FM, the laughter station in partnership with Soft Sands Property, is bringing this offer to you. Yes, if you have a house or land in a choice location with appropriate titles and you want it advertised on 32FM 94.9 Ibadan, for quick sales and without paying a kobo, you can call or send a message to this number 091-646-15000 and 091-555-0055. Also, you can visit www.softsandsproperty.com to express your interest. Terms and conditions apply. Soft Sands, created to house the world.
Today's the day I finally reunite with my family in Abuja after years of only communicating through letters. I can already hear their voices and feel their hugs. I'm relaxed and ready for the short flight. But
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not your captain speaking. This plane has been hijacked by the Movement for the Advancement of Democracy.
Watch the thrilling drama unfold in Hijack 93, now playing on Netflix with plans starting from 2,200 Naira only.
Is it okay to make fun of our tooth gap? Let's have a talk. Colgate makes your teeth so strong. Stop cover your mouth. Not to do younger with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Zero cavities and fresh breath. If you use a Colgate paste. Not to do younger with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Colgate, #1 oral care brand in the world.
Good mama, it's the detergent that makes my fabric fresh, fresh. It foam well, it lifts dirt, and it boosts my confidence. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Good mama for every wash. Good mama detergent, mama. Good mama for everyone.
Good mama detergent. Good mama knows best.
I'm in love. Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop? And is it to stir?
Sonia tomato mix in a new standard pouch.
32 FM 94.9.
All right, you're welcome back. It's still on to Break It On Papers Review here on your Laughter Diet 32 FM 94.9, and it's right about time to open the phone lines and also take your comments on our socials. Do remember, we're live on Facebook 32 FM 949 Fanye on Facebook. The numbers for you to call into the program this morning is 070-55000-949 or 080-97000-949.
Once again, the phone lines are 0705 500949, 0829 7949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, my name is Adeshi from UI. I want to comment on the election of my state coming up tomorrow and the three people that stepped down. I've always been saying it. It is all new to us. That is the political knowledge of people who have a power now. They are very calculative and they call them political mathematicians. They sponsor people to cripple opposition parties. There's no party they don't have members, shadow members. They sponsor these people. They even have clearly the record of them. Most of them, the president in Africa now have sponsored about 10 African reports for 100 million. Most of them step down. One of them is Senate President today. We know that particular country in Africa. So the bottom line is that tomorrow, the APC, they are going to declare because they are prepared to 25,000 for war boots, and our people are very poor there. We have been preaching to them. Most of them cannot afford 2,000 naira. By the time APC give them 25,000, because they go to raise their hand like this, that you wait for APC to collect their money. That's the problem. It's 2027 that we pray that God will deliver from this kind of group that capture Nigeria. Those are the best of today.
All right, thank you so much for that. The numbers again are 070-55,949 or 080-979,949. Do remember we're also live on Facebook, 32FM 949 Fenya with double E's on Facebook. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah, this is Bengamari calling from Apacha.
Okay.
Good morning to Professor there. God bless you, sir. Now, on the election, you know, I read on the newspaper that the army sent its men to go and see, to go and be a kind of watchdog over the security architecture on the upcoming election in those states. And the question that comes to my mind is this: how will you bring someone who is trained to kill? Because soldiers are trained to kill. How will you bring someone who is trained to kill to come and supervise or monitor an electionary process in the country? Police are there, which their duty to ensure that there is peace, there is the security of people and the security of people and lives of people are being secured. So why bringing in soldiers? Soldiers are trained to kill. And why will the IGP give an order that Motekun and other local vigilantes should not be banned from participating in the election? The security men that we are bringing there, they don't know the terrain of that particular state. And the question I want to ask Mr. Professor is this: Does IGP have the power or the wherewithal to stop Amotekun, which is well known in the country? They have the law that is backing them for establishing them. Does the IGP have the constitutional right to stop them from embarking on secure and ensuring the security of life and property on the election? And lastly, I want to ask this: our police, they are bringing in 30,000 policemen to come and watch over the people there. Is that not too much? Can the soldier go and combat those Wekalawas that are killing people in the other part of the country? Thank you very much, and God bless you.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. 0705 5949 0829 7949. We still have Prof on the line. Prof, you like to react to that question? Just heard.
Yes, insofar as the Amotekun are operating within the law, the IGP cannot stop them. They have to operate within the law, of course, that has set them up. And if they are doing that, they shouldn't. And I agree with this position that groups such as Amotekun have local knowledge, nuances of the terrain of the area in which they operate.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Dad Blaster.
Morning.
I'm greeting Prof. Uncle Kenny as well as GBOLABO. I can't get the area of contestation for Prof. concerning the new constitution to face the correct challenge. Is it the present constitution that hike economy to this extent, that make life to be miserable? And if you insist that not until they draft another constitution, until Nigeria is comfortable to live, my sister and brother, it's as if they are killing Nigeria in another way. Not until they draft another constitution. I don't believe in it. The factor that is making this particular government of the day, making the life miserable, hiking economy on a daily basis, increasing custom charges duty, increasing on a daily basis, increasing petroleum. Is it present constitution? My sister, is a lie. They are giving us excuses. They are giving us excuse. They are giving us confusion and distraction. Ability to judge their failure. That is the process. That is that is excuse. I'm not taking it as a matter of fact. That's my commission. Good morning, ma.
All right, Ezekiel. On Facebook, we have to lock Adeyemi. Good morning. Now that Ondo people are set to elect their governor tomorrow, I hope INEC will use the forthcoming Ondo election to gain Nigerians' trust again after the Bohaha bone of contention that followed the Edo gubernatorial poll and discouraged vote buying. All right, we also have Toluwa Lashe. Adetola says Nigerians have been patient with the APC government for the past 9 years, yet they keep telling us to be patient. And Raji 𝐒𝐶𝐈𝐒 Raja says...
Let's take this call first. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, everybody in the studio.
Good morning.
Hello?
Yes,
hello,
we can
morning.
Hear you
Just
loud and
clear. Thank you very much. So my name is John Olariwaju. I'm calling from Maduwo. I like what people are talking about the Ondo elections, and my brother Ginger Mario has rightly said. Those are the questions everybody in Nigerians have been asking our so-called leaders. That's why you see that when we have just one elections, the rate of the security that we mock that elections is so worrisome that is it because of just one election. And we carry all the police soldiers to go and monitor it. At the end of the day, see, even I may say I don't even have problem about that. But the funny thing is that after all these security monitoring this and this election, at the end of the day, you will still see magu, palatable things, unwarranted things in that election. The election will still be faulted. So what's the essence of carry all the security going there? It's definitely those security. Does that mean that they have mission that somebody has said them to go and do there? Thank you and good morning.
All right, thank you so much. We have this last one on Facebook. Raji 𝐒𝐶𝐈𝐒 Raja says, good morning, GBOLABO and Kenny. About the increase in production of crude oil in Nigeria. Honestly, this is welcome development and improvement. What is left to see is the impact of this on social economy of the nation in no distance time. God bless Nigeria.
All right, we have to go now. Thank you very much, Professor 𝐂𝐿 for your thoughts on the headlines this morning. We do appreciate you, sir. Thank you, listener, for joining us. The Papers Review is back tomorrow at 6 a.m. I'm Kenny Duratilu.
And I'm GBOLABO, famous school. The Smart Kids Show is up next. Do stay with us.